Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn how to make the matching shorts to the tank top that we made in our previous video. So the yarn that I'm going to use is this color fluid yarn from Performance Yarns, and it's the same exact yarn that I used for the top. So I needed just about 4 balls to make the full pair of shorts, and each ball is 50 grams and 130 meters. So 4 balls of this, a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, a measuring tape, a darning needle, and a pair of scissors. So you can purchase this yarn from Performance Yarns. I'll be leaving the link in the description box below, and you can use my discount code, it's on the screen, to purchase this yarn at a discount. So let's get started. If you would like the written pattern, it's already available on all my online shops. Alright, we're going to start off with our very first motif, and we're going to start off with a magic ring. You're going to roll over your yarn like this, grab your working yarn, and we're going to close it off with a chain. Now we're going to make a chain of 3, which counts as our very first double crochet, and we're going to make 17 more double crochets, which means at the end of round 1 you should be having a total of 18 double crochets, including the chain 3 at the beginning of the round. So you're going to go into the magic ring, placing your 17 double crochets, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So after placing 17 double crochets into the magic ring, you're going to close it off by pulling on this tail. Just pull on that tail, and you're going to go into the top of the very first chain 3 with 1 slip stitch. So into the top chain, insert your hook and pull through all. So that's a slip stitch. You'll have a total of 18 double crochets, including the chain 3 at the beginning of the round. So let's go on to round 2. You're going to make a chain of 1 and then go into that same exact space where the slip stitch was placed, into the top of the very first double crochet, which is the top of the chain 3, and you're going to place 1 single crochet. So you insert your hook, pull up a loop, you'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all. So that's a single crochet, chain 5, skip 2 stitches. So we have this one, make sure you don't skip it, 1, 2, and into the next you're going to place 1 single crochet, chain 5, skip 2 stitches, and then 1 single crochet into the next, chain 5, skip 2 stitches, 1 single crochet into the next. So we are creating these small chain 5 loops, chain 5, skip 2 stitches, 1 single crochet into the next, chain 5, skip 2 stitches, and 1 single crochet into the next. So you should be left with 2 stitches at this point. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chain 5 loops, and we are going to make a chain 5. This will be the 6th loop around our motif, and we are going to go into the very first single crochet of the round and place a slip stitch. So insert your hook and pull through all. This marks the end of round 2. So we are going on to round 3. You're going to make a chain of 1, go into the chain 5 loop, the very first chain 5 loop, with 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet. So you yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all. That's a half double crochet, and 1 double crochet, all in the same space. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. That's a double crochet. And then from here you're going to make a chain of 2, and then we are going to do the opposite. So we're starting off this time with a double crochet, and then a half double crochet, and then a single crochet, all in the same space. So as you can remember, we started with a single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, then chain 2, then started the reverse, double crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet, all in the same space. Now you're going to go into the next chain 5 space and do the same exact thing. Single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, half double crochet, and then single crochet. So that this is going to create some sort of corners on our motif. You're going to go all the way around doing this: single, half double, and double, chain 2, double, half double, and single. That's all that we are going to do all the way around. So we are placing our stitches into the very last chain 5 loop. So single, half double, and double, chain 2, double, half double, and single. So this will create our very final corner. You should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 corners. So from here you're going to go into the very first single crochet of the round, and you're going to place a slip stitch. So insert your hook and pull through all, and you're going to make a chain of 1 and cut your yarn. This marks the end of the very first motif. You're going to pull through and fasten off. This marks the end of our very first motif, and it should have a total of 6 corners, as you can see: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to go onto our second motif, and we're going to see how to work that. So for the second motif, we're going to start off the same exact way that we started off our first motif, with a magic ring, chain 1 to close off the magic ring, and follow the same exact instructions for round 1 and round 2, and I'll meet you back at round 3 when we are attaching the 2 motifs together. So chain 3, let me just speed through this: 17 more double crochets into the magic ring. So when you finish your 17 double crochets into the magic ring, you should be having a total of 18, including the chain 3 at the beginning of the round. You're going to go into the top of the very first chain 3, and you're going to place a slip stitch. That marks the end of round 1. Chain 1. Into that same space where you placed the slip stitch, you're going to place 1 single crochet. This is round 2 now. Chain 5. Skip 2 stitches and 1 single crochet into the next. Chain 5. Skip 2 stitches, 1 single crochet into the next, and you're going to repeat this all the way around until you have a total of 6 loops of chain 5 spaces. So when you have 2 stitches left, you're going to make a chain of 5 and go into the very first single crochet of the round and place a slip stitch. This marks the end of round 2. So we're going on to round 3. Round 3, you're going to make a chain of 1, go into the chain 5 space with 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, and now we're going to start joining onto what we already have. Get your motif, and then you're going to make a chain of 1 and go into any of the chain 2 spaces of this motif. I'll choose this one, pull through the loop, chain 1 more, and into the same space on this side you're going to place 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 single crochet. So this is what you're going to have. Then into the next space, which is this one, you're going to go in there with 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 double crochet, chain 1, and we're going to attach into the next corner on this side. And make sure your motif is facing up. We are not working on the back side of the motif. Make sure at all times when you're attaching your motifs together, your pieces are facing the right side. The right side is facing up. So attach by pulling through the loop, chain 1 more, and then into the same space we are going there with 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 single crochet. So this is what you should have. From here you're going to go into the next space with 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 double crochet, and this time we're not going to attach anything. So you're going to make a chain of 2, and then into the same space you're going to place a double, a half double, and a single. So we are going to repeat that all the way around, creating these corners around our second motif. And I hope you still remember how to do that. Just go into each and every space with 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 double crochet, chain 2, then 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 single crochet, just like that. And you're going to do that in each and every space. Alright, so when you're done with your very last corner, you're going to go into the very first single crochet of the round, and you're going to place a slip stitch, chain 1, and cut your yarn, pull through, and that marks the end of our second motif. Now we are going on to our third motif. I'm going to go ahead and do round 1 and 2. We already know how to do round 1 and 2, and then I'll meet you back on round 3 when we are attaching our third motif onto what we already have. Alright, so we're going to continue to join our motifs in a line until your panel measures approximately your hip circumference when stretched slightly. So if I place my measuring tape on top of my panel, it measures about It's about 31 inches without stretching, and when I slightly stretch it, it goes to about 35. I don't want to make a sagging short, but if you want a loose fitting for your shorts or skirt, then you're going to make sure you don't overstretch. So mine goes to about 35 inches and I'm aiming for about 38 to 40 inches. So I did a total of 11 motifs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, and the 12th, which is supposed to be this one, is going to join this motif and the very first motif to join this panel into a round, something like this, and then we shall start working in rounds. So let's go ahead and see how to do that. This is my last motif, which is the 12th motif. But if you're a bigger size, then you're going to make sure you have an even number of motifs around. So 12, 14, 16, depending on the measurement that you're going for. So we are on our very last round of the motif, and I will make a chain of 1, single crochet into the chain 5 space, half double crochet, and then double crochet. And then from here, I'll make a chain of 1, and then we are going to attach into this space here. We are still creating that straight line of our motifs. So chain 1, double crochet, half double crochet, and then single crochet. And then single crochet into the next chain 5 space, half double crochet, and then double crochet. From here, you're going to make a chain of 1 and attach into the next corner. Chain 1 more, double crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet. And this is what we have. So we are basically doing the same exact thing as we've been doing before. So from here, you're going to make single, half double, and double, chain 2, double, half double, and single. Then for the next corner of our motif, we're going to be joining onto the very first motif this side. So what we are going to do is place a single, half double, and a double, chain 1, and then remove your hook, and then skip one corner here that's not attached, and we are going to attach. Make sure your work is not twisted. We're going to attach into the next corner on this side. Chain 1 more, and then place double, half double, and single. So this is what we have. Then from here, you're going to make single, half double, and double into the next chain 5 space, chain 1, and then attach into the next corner on this side. Chain 1, and then place a double, half double, and a single into the same exact space. So what that has created, it has created a round, as you can see here. We now have a round. Then from here, you're going to go into the very last chain 5 space and place single, half double, and then a double, chain 2, double, half double, and a single. And this marks the end of our round. You're going to place a slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the round, chain 1, and cut your yarn. So this is what you'll have. When we take a measurement across, you should be able to get half your hip measurement when slightly stretched. As you can see, without stretching, I'm getting about 17 inches, and when slightly stretched, I can go to about 19 to 20 inches. I don't want this shirt to be loosely fitted, but if you want yours loosely fitted, make sure you make these motifs without stretching. So the other thing that I wanted to point out is you should make sure that you have an even number of motifs. So for me, I have a total of 12 motifs. So we're going on to the next layer, which is supposed to be the layer that's below this round. And that layer, the motifs are going to be placed in the middle section of the motifs that are already placed here. So in the middle section, those ones are going to be placed in these areas here, as you'll see later on. So let's go ahead and start on round 2 of our motifs. Alright guys, so we're going on to round 2, and you're going to make sure you're always working on the right side of your motifs. We never work on this wrong side, so make sure your work is always on the right side. So I have my motif here, and all I have to do is place the last round of the motif and attach it onto what we already have. So this is what we have at the moment. So what we are going to do is start the last round. So make a chain of 1, single crochet, half double crochet into the first chain 5 space, then chain 1, and we are going into, just get any 2 motifs, and now we are going to attach into this corner that's not attached to anything, and then chain 1 more, place 1 double crochet, half double crochet, and then single crochet. So that way we have attached one of the corners of this motif onto this one. Then from here you're going to go into the next chain 5 space and place single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. Then from here you're going to make a chain of 1 and attach into the middle of the 2 corners. So make sure you find that middle section where these 2 motifs attach. You're going to attach the 3rd motif and then chain 1 more and place 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 single crochet. So let's see what we have. So one corner attaches to here, the second corner attaches to here, and then we're going to attach the 3rd corner to this one. So go ahead, single crochet, half double crochet, chain 1, remove your hook, attach into the corner of the next motif that's not attached to anything, chain 1, double crochet into the same space, half double crochet, and single crochet. So let's see what we have at this point. See that pattern? We have 3 corners attached to what we already had for round 1. And then from here, we are going to just finish up our round as usual, not attaching to anything. So you're going to just go into the next chain 5 space with 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet. So we've created another corner here, and then go into the next space, single, half double, double, chain 2, double, half double, single. From here you're going to go into the next chain 5 space and do the same exact thing, single, half double, and double, chain 2, double, half double, and single. So this is what we have. Then that means when you have a total of 6 corners, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We've come to the end of the round, and we're going to place 1 slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the round, chain 1 and cut your yarn. So let's see what we have at this point. You can see we've started working on round 2, but it's supposed to fit perfectly well into the spaces that are left behind on round 1. Let's go ahead and make the second motif and see what it's going to create. The first motif of round 2 only attaches to 3 corners, but the second motif of round 2 will attach to this corner, this corner, this corner, and this corner. So that means the second motif is going to attach onto 4 corners total. So let's see what to do for that. All right, so I have the second motif minus the very final round. So we're going to work the final round. You're going to make a chain of 1, single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet into the very first chain 5 space. Then you're going to make a chain of 1, attach into this corner here, because now we're going to attach, filling up this gap here. So attach into this corner that's not attached to anything, chain 1 more, and into the same space you're going to place 1 double crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet. So this is what we have. The fact that I'm right-handed, I'm going to work while closing up this gap all the way around. So from here you're going to go into the next chain 5 space with 1 single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. Then you're going to make a chain of 1 and go into the middle of the 2 motifs where they meet. Make sure you find the middle space, and you're going to attach by pulling through this loop, just like that. Then chain 1 more and double crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet into the same exact space. So this is what we have. So we've attached here and the middle section here. So you're going to go into the next chain 5 space, and you're going to place 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then go to that space where the 2 motifs meet, these ones, and then find the middle spot and make sure you attach by pulling through this loop. Chain 1 more, and then double crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet. So far we've attached 3 corners, as you can see here. And then from here you're going to go into the next space with 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, chain 1, remove your hook, attach into the next corner of the next motif by pulling through the loop, chain 1 more, and then place 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 single crochet. So far we've attached a total of 4 corners of this motif, and once you attach 4 corners here, we are going to continue to work our corners as usual. The next 2 corners are not going to be attached to anything, so we're going to just finalize our round. So go into the next space with 1 single, 1 half double, 1 double, and the fact that we are not attaching to anything, we're going to make a chain of 2 and place 1 double, 1 half double, and 1 single, completing that corner, as you can see here. Then from here you're going to do the same exact thing for the last chain 5 space. So single, half double, double, chain 2, double, half double, and single. So once you get done with this, you're going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the round, chain 1, and cut your yarn. This marks the end of this motif, and let's see what that has created. So as you can see, that has filled up that gap that we had here, and you're going to continue to fill up these gaps the same exact way that we've done for the second motif. Continue to fill up the gaps one by one until you have only one space left. I'll be showing you how to join the very last space of round 2 because it may get a little bit complicated, but just keep working the same exact way that we've worked the second motif of round 2. Just place another one here, another one here, another one here, and keep working that until you make it all the way around. Alright guys, this is what we have after going all the way around, filling in for round 2, and we have only one space left. As you can see here, we have this space left. Now for the last motif, we are going to attach into a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 corners. So this is our motif. You're going to make a chain of 1. This is the very last round of the motif. So into the chain 5 space, you're going to place 1 single crochet, half double crochet, and then double crochet, and then make a chain of 1. The fact that I am right-handed, I'm going to come from this side all the way to this side. If you're left-handed, you're going to come from this side all the way to this side. So we're going to attach into this corner of this motif right after this join. So we are attaching here, chain 1 more, and double crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet. So we are done with our very first joining. Then you're going to go into the next chain 5 space, single, half double, and double, chain 1, and go into this joining here of the 2 motifs, and make sure you get the middle spot. Attach by pulling through this loop, chain 1 more, and then finish up by placing 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 single crochet into the same space. So we are done with our second joining. And then go into the next space, single, half double, and double, chain 1, go into the next joining, which is in between this one and this one. So find the middle space, attach just like that, chain 1 more, and place double, half double, and single into the same space. So far we've joined 3 times, as you can see, 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going on to this joining here in between the 2 motifs. So go ahead, single, half double, and double, chain 1, attach, chain 1 more, and place double, half double, and then a single. So we are done with our 4th joining, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are going to do our very last joining. So into the next space, you're going to place single, half double, and double, and then chain 1, and go into this corner that's not joined to anything on this motif, and then chain 1 more, and then finish up with double, half double, and single. So far we've joined a total of 4 times, 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then from here we're going to finish up by going into the last chain 5 space with single, half double and double, chain 2, and then double, half double and single, just like that. And then when you get done with this, you're going to place a slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the round and chain 1, cut your yarn. This marks the end of round 2, and this was the very last motif that we have attached, this one here, and you can see how it has fitted so well into the space that we had left. So we are still working in the round. For round 3, we are going to just repeat the same exact process that we've done for round 2. So we are going into these spaces and we are filling them in the same exact way that we've done for round 2, and I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what that looks like at the end of round 3. Don't mind the loose ends, we shall deal with them later on at the same time, but this is what it looks like, our work looks like. Alright guys, so we finished round 3 the same exact way that we did round 2. And for round 4, this is the round that's supposed to split our legs. So we are going to fill in the spaces for a total of half the motifs. So as we had said earlier on, we had a total of 12 motifs all the way around to get our hip measurement. And now for round 4, instead of joining all the 12 motifs, so far I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And when you get half the motifs, we're going to do something different. Alright, so we are done with the first 2 rounds, and for this motif, which is supposed to be the 7th motif or the second half of the motifs that we have on this side, because we have 6 on this side and we are supposed to get 6 on this side. This time we are not going to join onto this corner. Actually, we shall join here, but not join onto this one. We shall leave this space open. So you're going to make a chain of 1, single crochet, half double crochet, and then double crochet, and then you're going to make a chain of 1 and attach into this corner, just like we've been doing before. Chain 1, double, half double, and then single. Then you're going to go into the next space doing the same exact pattern. Chain 1, attach into the corner, chain 1 more, double, half double and single. Then go into the next space, single, half double and double, and then you're going to join into the corner here. Chain 1 more and double, half double and single. So this is what we have here. And then for all the other corners, we are not going to join to anything, so we're just going to complete our round. Chain 2, double, half double and single. So you can see we haven't joined this corner onto this corner. What we are trying to do is to split the legs so that we get a leg hole on this side and on this side. So just continue to finish up your round by completing this motif. Alright, so after your last stitch, you're going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the round, chain 1 and cut your yarn. So let's see what we have. We have a separation here, and you'll see its use later on, but for now you're going to just go ahead and keep working towards this side until we get to the very last motif on this side. I'll show you how to do that, but basically we are going to do the same exact thing that we've done here onto the last motif here without joining onto this corner, but all the rest remains the same, just like we have on this side. We are going to do our motifs going towards this side, and then I'll meet you back when we have a complete split on both ends and show you what to do next. Alright guys, so we are placing our very last motif, and as I had mentioned earlier on, just like we have this opening here, we are going to do it around this place because it's the exact middle of the motifs. We have 6 on this side, and then this is the 6th on this side. So let's go ahead and do the final round of this motif. So since we are not going to join here, we're just going to skip this corner and start joining from this joining. Then we're also going to join into this corner here. All right, single, half double, and double. Chain 1, join onto this corner here. Find the middle spot, and then go into the next corner and attach. And that means the very last corner is not going to be attached to anything, the last 2 corners actually. So just create them as usual. Half double and double, chain 2, double, half double, and single. Then go into the last loop, single, half double, and double, chain 2, double, half double, and single, and then slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the round, chain 1, and cut your yarn. Let's see what we have at this point. So we have a split for our leg holes, as you can see here. We have the same exact split at the base, as you can see here. Now we're going to create 2 motifs. Actually, I wanted to place only 1, but 1 may be a little bit tight. All right, so for the next motif, we are going to first work on one of the leg holes. And what we are going to do, let me say I'm going to first work on this side. So I'm going to create my first corner, half double and double, just like that, and then chain 1 and attach into this corner that we left behind without attaching it. So attach in there, chain 1 more, double, half double, and then single, just like that, and then create the next corner, single, half double, and double, chain 1, and attach into this corner here that has 3 motifs joined. attach into that space there, chain one more, and then complete the corner with double, half double, and single. Now the next corner is not going to be attached to anything, so place one single, one half double, and double, chain two, one double, one half double, and one single. So this is the motif that's going to go all the way around to this side. So as you can see, we're going to create two motifs at this point, not only one, because one is going to be really short. So after this corner here, we're going to create our next corner. We're going to just finish up this round. So just go on creating your corners. Chain two, double, half double, and then single. That's all. Just finish up your round, and then I'll show you what to do next. Double, half double, and single. So after this, you're going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the round, chain one, and cut your yarn. So let's see what we have. We have a motif that's only joined to this corner and this corner, and that's going to be placed in the middle here. We're still creating our leg holes. So we're going to get our next motif, and for the next motif we're going to skip this corner here, the one that's at the top towards the short. This one, we're going to start attaching from this one and this one, this one and this one, and eliminating this one. So you can see the very first corner here. As I had mentioned, we are eliminating one corner here, so we are attaching into this one. When you reach the corner, the very first corner, you're going to attach and then double, half double, and single. Then go into the next corner, just like that. Chain one, attach into this next corner here, and finish up your corner. Double, half double, and single. Then the next corner is not going to be attached to anything, so you're going to place one single, one half double, and one double, chain two, and then one double, one half double, and one single, just like that. And then for the next corner, we are going to attach onto what we already have. So first do the first half of the corner, then chain one, and we're going to attach into this corner here and this one to finish up the round of the leg hole, just like this. So you can see what we have now. So we're going to attach into these motifs are for this leg hole, so we're going to attach into this space. Chain one more, and then double, half double, and then single, then single, half double, and double, chain one, and attach into the next corner here. Chain one more, double, half double, and single. So we have only one loop left, but we need to see what we've done. So you can see what this has created. We also have to do the same exact process on this side, and I'll be showing you how to do that. But for now, we've created the very first leg hole in the round. Then you're going to work your very last corner without attaching it anywhere. Half double and double, chain 2, double, half double and single. Then from here you're going to make a slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the round. Cut your yarn. So this is what we have on one side of our shirt. So we're going to go ahead and work the second half of our shirt, creating a round for our leg hole, just like we've done for this one. We have to do the same exact process for this one, but the difference is we're going to attach the 2 motifs here while joining onto what we already have as well. So this one is going to be a little bit different, so pay extra attention. All right, so for our next motif, it's going to be working the leg hole of this second part, the second half of the shirt. So when you reach the corner, you're going to make a chain of 1 and attach into this corner here. Then complete the corner with half double, double, half double and single, and then create another corner, half double and double, chain 1, then attach into this corner that has 3 motifs joined, just like that, and then chain 1 more and complete your corner with double, half double and then single. That's what you'll have. So for our next corner, it's going to join onto this motif, into this corner here of our motif in the middle of the leg holes. So you're going to create single, half double and double, chain 1, and then attach into this corner here. Chain 1 more and place, double, half double and single. So this is what you'll have. So you can see how everything is playing out so nicely and everything is blended so well. So from here, our next 2 corners are not going to be joined to anything. Actually 3 corners. Just finish up your round, working your motif as usual, not joining to anything. So the corners that we are creating right now are going to join onto the next motif. Remember, we have 2 motifs in the middle of the leg holes on each side. So this is our very first motif. So these are our 3 corners of the motif, not joined to anything. 1, 2 and 3. And now all right, so we're going to get our next motif, and it's the one that's going to shape the very last part of the leg hole. So what we are going to do is, into the corners, just turn your work onto the back side, and we're going to start working this motif while joining onto what we already have. So it's supposed to join this one and this one, this and this, and then join onto this one. Those are already 3 corners. Then we shall see from there. I think this one and this one as well. So a total of 5 corners. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm looking for the best way to explain it, because When it comes to the base here on this side that has one motif, we are supposed to skip this corner here. It's not going to attach to anything. So let me start with this corner. Half double and double, chain one, go into the next space, attach, and then chain one, double, half double, single, and then go into the next space, single, half double and double, chain one, attach into this corner here. So this is going to create a very big opening in the middle of the shorts, but we are going to join this part together later on. So just finish your corner as usual, double, half double and single, then create your next corner, chain one, attach into this corner that has 3 joinings, chain one, and then double, half double and single. From here you create your next corner, single, half double and double, chain one, attach into the next corner on this side, chain one more, double, half double and single, then create your very last corner without attaching it anywhere. And then you're going to place 1 slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the round, cut your yarn, and let's see what we have. We have our leg holes formed just like this, but we have a very big opening when it comes to this part, and we're going to deal with it by closing it up. You're going to turn your work onto the wrong side just like this, and you're going to use our darning needle. Just get a short strand of yarn and we're going to join up that opening in the middle of the 2 leg holes. This is supposed to be the crotch area, so we don't want that opening there. So just turn your work onto the wrong side just like this, and we're going to start attaching from the double crochet here all the way across to close up that opening. Go stitch to stitch, double, half double, and then you match the single crochets just like that. Just go into each and every stitch. So once that opening is closed up, this is how the shaping of the crotch area has turned out to be. From here, you're going to weave in these tails. Make sure you weave them in very well so that they don't fall apart. All right, so let's turn our work onto the right side and see how that has played out. So these are our 2 leg holes. We have how many motifs? We've ended up with a total of 8 motifs on both ends. Remember, we have 1, 2, at the back, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if you did a different number of motifs, your motifs should increase by 2 on each leg hole, because now before we were considering 6 on each side, and now we have a total of 8 motifs on each leg hole. So we're going to go ahead and fill in these gaps. So we're going to go back to this process of creating motifs in between the motifs that we already have. Everything has been laid out the same exact way, so you're going to just repeat the whole process of placing, let me say, this motif into this space, what we already have. That's what we've been doing up here. So you keep working until you get the length of the shirt that you want, and then I'll meet you back to show you how to work on the waistband of the shirts, and also to let you know how many rounds that I did for my pair of shirts. Alright guys, for the waistband, we're going to first even out the top of the shorts, and to do that, you're going to attach your yarn in any corner here of any motif, any unjoined corner to any of any motif. So I've attached my yarn here. You're going to place 1 single crochet into the same space, the chain 2 space, skip 1 stitch, 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, just like that, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3, and that will bring us to our next chain 2 space where the 2 corners meet. So you're going to place 1 double crochet on one side, and then skip the joining, and then 1 double crochet on the opposite side. So what we're trying to achieve here is a straight edge. So from here, you're going to go into each of the next 3 stitches with 1 double crochet. So this will bring us to a total of 8 double crochets after the single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So once you have 8 double crochets, you're going to go into each of the next 2 stitches with 1 single crochet. So 2 single crochets, skip the last stitch here before the chain 2 space, and single crochet into the chain 2 space. So we're going to repeat that all the way around. So since we already have a single crochet into the chain 2 space, skip the next stitch, and in each of the next 2 stitches, place 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, just like that, and then 1 double crochet into the chain 2 space of this corner, and 1 double crochet into the chain 2 space of the opposite corner, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. This will bring us to a total of 8 double crochets after the single crochet stitches here. Then from here, you're going to make 2 single crochets, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. Then skip the next stitch and single crochet into the chain 2 space. So that's all that we are creating. You're going to go all the way around, and I'll meet you back when I have a straight edge for my shirt, and then we shall start working on the waistband. Alright, so we've come all the way around, and I have only 1 stitch left because we have to skip it and slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the round, just like this. And now we're going to start creating our ribbing for the waistband. You can see how the top of our shirt has evened out. It's now a straight line that we have to work with to create a waistband. So what we are going to do is to make a chain of 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then single crochet into the second chain from the hook and continue to single crochet all the way down back to the body of the shirt. Single crochet into each and every chain, and you'll have a total of 9 single crochets. Once you have your 9 single crochets, you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch and slip stitch into the next, and then turn your work. Now we're going to go back onto our 9 single crochets, but only in the back loop, and create 1 single crochet back loop only. And you should be having a total of 9 single crochets back loop only. Chain 1, turn your work, and then you're going to go into each of the single crochets into the back loop and create 1 single crochet back loop only. So you should make sure that the number of single crochets remains constant. We are not increasing or decreasing the number of stitches. We are just maintaining the number as 9 single crochets back loop only. Just like that. Once you have your 9 single crochets back loop only, go into the next stitch with 1 slip stitch and into the next stitch with 1 slip stitch, and then turn your work. And that's all that we are going to keep doing all the way around until our waistband grows and covers the top of our shirts. So working in the back loop is going to create a bump that's going to create a ribbing for our waistband. So go all the way around and I'll meet you back when mine is ready. Alright, when you make it all the way around, it's time for us to join our waistband. We're going to go stitch to stitch and join this waistband opening so that we don't have a split at the back of the shirt. Let's go into each and every stitch and join. And after you do that, you're going to turn your work onto the wrong side or the back side and weave in your tail. And then you're going to cut your yarn. And this is basically it. We shall come back to this later on when we are trying to gather up and make it more well fitted. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get the length of the shirts that I want, and then I'll come back to show you the final step of the waistband. Alright guys, we've finished going all the way around the leg holes, filling in the gaps that were untouched, and this is what we have. You can go ahead and make more layers in order to make your shorts longer, and even you can make them as pants if you wish, but this is where I'm going to stop for mine. I just did one more round after splitting the legs. I did one more round of the layers of the motifs, and now we're going to go onto our waistband. You can see it's quite big and we want to shape it a little so that it's tightly fitted around our waistline. So what you're going to do is get an elastic strand and you're going to measure it. The elastic strand that you're going to use should be about 6 inches less than your waistline measurement. the waistline measurement that we are considering is the upper waist. So take your measurement of the waistline circumference and subtract 6 inches and cut an elastic strand that is that length. So for me it's about 22 inches. It was 23, but the fact that I have to tie it like this, I leave room for one extra inch, and then I tie twice. If you have a bigger elastic strand, then you can just join it and then sew it together using a sewing needle, but mine doesn't need sewing because it's quite thin. Then from here you're going to cut off the excess, and we are going to start sewing or crocheting around this elastic strand into the waistband of our shorts. Alright, so we're going to get our yarn. It's the same exact color as the shorts, and we are going to start crocheting, going into each and every row of the waistband. So you're going to first attach. You see what I'm doing? I'm crocheting around the elastic band. This is the same exact method that we used for our crochet ruffle mini skirt. So you attach your yarn, chain 1, and you're going to single crochet into each and every row, working around the elastic band. Just like that. So you can see the elastic band is not as wide as our waistband, so it's going to bring it in and create that perfect fitting for our shorts. So go all the way around. Let me just go a good distance in and I'll show you what this looks like. When you're running out of the elastic band, just pull on it and keep pulling so that it gathers the waistband of our shorts. Alright, so we're coming to the end and I'm placing my very last single crochets into the last rows of the waistband. If you notice, we are still working around the elastic strand. When you come to the end, you'll go into the very first single crochet of the round and slip stitch, and then you're going to make a chain of 1 and cut your yarn, pull through, and look what we have now. You can see how the waistband that was so big and wide has been gathered. So you're going to go ahead and weave in this tail. I have 2 strands here, so I'll just make a knot. Alright, so let's take a measurement across the waistband. Now we have a total of 12 inches times 2, which is 24 inches, but the intended waist measurement is around 28 to 30, and that should be able to be achieved when we stretch our shorts around the waistband like this. You can see how stretchy it is, and yeah, that marks the end of this pair of shorts. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you check out the matching top, the tank top that is made of the same exact stitch. We already have a tutorial of it, and for this we already have a written pattern, so don't forget to check out the written pattern as well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.